See, the vast majority of the New Testament is written to us, plural. To us, the body of Christ. And yet we almost always read it as being written to each of us, meaning singular. So that we can know what God's saying, so that we can have a life verse, so that we can have something that motivates us, that encourages us, that builds us up, that we can grab hold of. And the reason we do it is because we don't grab hold of each other. So we want something for ourselves when we were never meant to be by ourselves. We were meant to be connected to Jesus by being connected to each other. Here's what I mean. Paul didn't say that we each reflect the Lord's glory, but that we all reflect the Lord's glory. He also doesn't say that we are each being transformed into His likeness, but that we, meaning all of us together, are all being transformed into His likeness. You see, for that passage to be true, there is an implied requirement of us as the church being together. If we are going to reflect God's glory, if we are going to be like Jesus, we are going to have to do it together. And yet that brings me to this place where I fear that there are things that we want to happen in the prayer closet that can only happen in the congregation. And then there are things that we want to happen in the congregation that can only happen in the prayer closet. Because I haven't met a lot of people in my life that are devoted to both. And I think that's why we as the church struggle. We want to get into that place of intimacy and stay there and live there and not be bothered by what's going on in anybody else's life. And that's not who Jesus was. Because He went up on mountains and He went down in valleys and He found lonely places to be with His Father so that He could go be back with His brothers. Every time Jesus went somewhere to pray alone, He came back and joined them with what He had gained by being with His Father. And yet I know a lot of people that just want the corporate experience, that just want the congregation, that just want the club, that just want that feeling that happens when everybody sings on key at the same time. And yet there is a reality that unless we're devoted to both the secret place and the congregation, we are never going to be what we're called to be. We're never going to be what James refers to us as: complete, mature, perfect, lacking nothing. And I would contend that when we are incomplete, immature, imperfect, and lacking plenty, it's because we're neglecting either the prayer closet or the congregation.